What is going on, fellas, and welcome back to the Director of Football Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today, we're taking on Stuttgart in the final league game of the first half of the season before we start our January break. We've qualified from our Champions League group, and we've had the World Cup draw for our time with Spain, which, coincidentally, is being hosted by Spain. So we're going to have a quick look at the draw for the World Cup, and we're going to have a look to see what teams qualified from the Champions League. There is some interesting teams that have been knocked out, so we'll see how that goes. And we're going to take on Stuttgart as well. So, back to the show. As I said, fellas, we're taking on Stuttgart today, but we're going to have a look to see what teams qualified from the Champions League and how we've been getting on since you were here last. So, since you were here last in the game against Porto, we beat Wolfsburg, Kian Overton and Hillenbrand, both scoring goals. We drew with Schalke. It was a pretty meh game. We lost to Bayern Munich. It was Brian O'Day just turned into an absolute monster of a man. Orlando and Al Salman scoring just before halftime for us. It was crazy. Then against Monaco, it ended 5-3. Frank Eigler scored 3 goals. Got himself a cheeky little hat-trick. He has now got 20 goals in 21 games. He is on fire. Obviously, Bayern Munich are interested in signing him. Nemanja Collins scored, and Sekrvic came back from his cheeky little holiday because he's a tired little boy. And he got one as well. And as you can see, Monaco had a... they did quite well. They were, pushing up against us, doing the business. We've had, because of form, we've dropped to 5th in the league. We're a significant 12 points behind Bayern Munich. I think this is the season where Bayern Munich have just decided we're going to do really well this year. Champions League groups. No surprises in the top group. Tottenham and Napoli qualifying from that group. Club Brugge go to play in the Europa League. They were a little unfortunate, I think. Had Tottenham beaten Napoli, Club Brugge would have gone through, but unfortunately didn't work out for them. Leipzig top their group, which was interesting. Didn't expect Leipzig to be a top of group with Real Madrid in it, but they've done it. Lyon dropped to Europa League. Liverpool and Lazio fairly comfortably qualified from their group with AZ and Zenit dropping out. We topped our group with Porto finishing second, Shakhtar and Monaco unfortunately getting knocked out. Shakhtar get into the Europa League. Monaco have to say goodbye. They're out of Europe for the season. Man United and Barcelona go through in their group. This was a very close group though. Benfica qualify for the Europa League and Hertha get knocked out. It's not been a great time for the German clubs. They either topped their group or they got knocked out. So, because Borussia Dortmund finished bottom of their group, which had Rangers, Sporting and Roma in it. Roma and Sporting both qualifying. Rangers getting knocked out. I'm happy Sporting qualified because our #1 Spanish goalkeeper plays for Sporting. So that's good for us. PSG and Ajax qualified from their group with Atletico Madrid dropping into Europa League. That's a surprise. I didn't expect that. And Midtjylland, who actually got a draw against Atletico Madrid. It's not great for Atletico Madrid, Midtjylland picked up 1 point and was against them. Valencia and Inter qualified from their group, and Chelsea, of all teams, got knocked out. That was not something I was expecting. If we have a quick look at the World Cup draw. No, that's national pool. So the World Cup draw has us playing against Tunisia and Guatemala, Brazil, Hungary and Iran. So it's going to be a comfortable group for Brazil, I would imagine. Mexico, Peru and Russia. Interesting group. I can see that being a tight one. Czech Republic, Nigeria and Saudi Arabia. It's definitely going to be Czech Republic or Nigeria duking it. Although Saudi Arabia have had some pretty good new gens come through this year. This FM. Angola, Portugal and Syria. It's going to be so easy for Portugal. And I reckon Syria will go with them. Burkina Faso, Colombia and France. France, Colombia. Pretty much guaranteed to go through in that group. Belgium, Thailand, Uruguay. Unfortunate for Thailand. Ghana, Paraguay, Sweden. Could be an interesting group. I don't know about Paraguay, but Ghana were a top seed. So they have potential. Cameroon, Ireland and Jamaica. Jamaican me crazy, man. Ireland hopefully can do something in this group. Hopefully they can qualify. I have a suspicion Jamaica and Cameroon will go through, but because I'm Irish, hoping Ireland do the business there. New Zealand, South Korea, and Turkey. It's got to be South Korea and Turkey, really, doesn't it? Argentina, Costa Rica, and Serbia. That's a tough group. Potentially Costa Rica would be the one that will lose out. England, Guinea-Bissau, and Japan. Again, England and Japan should walk that group. Haiti, Italy, and Ivory Coast. Haiti, it's quite unfortunate for them. Australia, Norway, and Senegal. Should be. I think that'll be a tight group as well. I think they're all as bad as each other. China, Holland, and Mali. Obviously, the Netherlands are going to smash that group. I think Mali have potential to do the business. I've not come across too many Chinese new gens, apart from one who plays for Bayern Munich. But you never know. And then the final group is Switzerland, USA, and Uzbekistan. I think USA was a top seed, but I'd be surprised if they topped that group. And that is all the groups from this draw. But we do take on Tunisia and Guatemala. I've set up friendlies against Hungary and Ireland, because I always manage Hungary at some point in FM20 in Football Manager. I always do Hungary save, and Ireland, another country I generally manage at some point. So now that we've got all of that out of the way, we're going to jump into the Stuttgart game. We do have slight injury concerns to a degree. It's not horrendous, but we're also not in the best situation fitness wise, because we've been quite busy in recent times. Hillenbrand is on holiday because he has literally been dying for one for weeks. Kulikov's picked up an injury. Coops is quite tired. He's been asking for a holiday as well, but I decided not to give him a holiday because I'm a meanie. So he's just going to sit this one out. And we're starting Sasha Ulrich for, I think it's his third appearance in the league this year. Yes, third start this season, because Joe Felipe has been a bit hit or miss. Nogueira starts his first game at right back. Frommer starts at left back, with Collins and Al Salman starting in central defence. Al Salman's going to a World Cup this year, hopefully. Mutumbo and Sekrovic starting in central midfield. Abdullah and Orlando as our wide men, with Talevski behind Eigler. As I said, Frank Eigler, 21 starts for us this year, 20 goals. Of course he's wanted by Bayern Munich. No, not anymore. Wanted by Chelsea. He would be stupid to leave for Chelsea, seeing as how we're still in the Champions League, and Chelsea are in the Europa League, unless he wants to win the Europa League again. Was he part of the team that won the Europa League? He has to have been. He has to have been. But he has really come alive this year. But we are going into this game with quite significant changes. I'm hoping that we can just keep doing it. Same from Eigler. That would be fantastic. We do have some potential players leaving. Mutumbo wants out, does get a start today, and Karabek wants to leave, and who else is unhappy? Pretty much everyone we signed in the summer that didn't get put in the Champions League team, like wasn't selected for it, they're unhappy, so we'll have to see what happens with some of them. Nogueira is very unhappy as well, and to be fair, he every right to be. Eigler smashes it in the back of net. 22nd appearance, 21st goal of the season. Frank Eigler. This man. I'm so glad the director of football didn't sell him in the summer, because that would have sucked. But he has turned into an absolute monster this year. Now that he's actually getting first team football, I think that's made a bit of a difference to him. But yeah, we have a couple of unhappy players, so we'll have to see what happens with those. Favre Berthier has an awful lot of interest in him as well. Not something I kind of hoping he doesn't leave. Ideally, we keep a hold of Favre Berthier, because he is probably 4th choice centre back. And to be fair, Muniz is one of my main centre backs for Spain. Doesn't get in the team all that often for Bayern. Like, why would I play him for Bayer Leverkusen? To be fair, he's just sitting the bench a lot for Spain as well. He's not the best centre back in the world, but we paid so much money for him that I kind of want to give him a chance. And Nogueira, I kind of forgot that Nogueira was a player. Orlando's just put that one over. Al Salman has picked up a knee injury, so we should look to replace him. I don't know whether to bring Munoz on. That's the only thing. Do I bring on... I might bring on Favre Berthier. Oh, Sekrovic. Almost put that in the back of the net. We're going to go in at half-time. 1 up. Can't really complain about that. Now, can we? Things are going well. I know you're capable of even better. I have faith in all of my defenders, all of my midfielders, and Igler. So, Al Salman does have that knock. So, we're going to bring on Favre Berthier. Because why not? Ooh, he's a 2-star player now. What do you know? Mandy Collins is also having a poor game. Potential that Munoz comes on regardless. Could put... No, we can't. Actually, we could. I was going to say we could put Frommer in at centre-back and then bring someone on left-back. Jefferson Victor has played there a couple of times recently. Because he's like our utility player. He comes on as a winger or a left-back. It's handy to have a player like that. If you don't have a player who can play multiple positions on the bench at least, then what do you do? Igler picks up the poor pass, gets hacked at, but didn't get hacked down, and Simchik gets sent off not long after picking up his first yellow card. So I'm sure the Stuttgart boss will be delighted with that. Televsky gets it to Sekrovic, out to Noguera. It's actually been quite busy today. Frank Igler, 22nd of the season. We're probably going to lose him in January. Probably going to lose him. We had our youth intake preview. Oh, it's terrible. It's so bad. We have state of the art everything. We're getting terrible youth intakes. They did say that last year though. So I'm kind of hoping that we get like 1 or 2 good guys. Oh, Stuttgart have gone 5 at the back, and we haven't made any substitutions yet. Or we've made 1 substitution. Abdullah, just put it wide. Changes do we want to make? Who's tired? Televsky, Orlando. I'm moving Igler over to the wing. Take Abdullah off and bring on Overton. Might as well. Overton's scored himself a few goals this year. I'm going to bring Craig Shaw on for Mutombo. Potentially Mutombo's final game. He has been linked with £50 million offers from a number of clubs. And I'm hoping that somebody comes in and says 50 million. We'll take him. Because the Director of Football did reject a decent offer from him in the summer. Kind of hope that he would have accepted it. But, you know, what can you do? You can't force players to leave. Well, I suppose you could force players to leave. But when you're not in charge of selling and signing, it's hard to get rid of players that you don't want. Unless you transfer list them. But I don't really want to transfer list. But he's transfer listed by request. So I guess that's something. But this game, I was just about to say, we're looking comfortable. We are a man up. But Stuttgart on the break, and Sasha Ulrich unfortunately gets beaten. Of course, it's Mbuemo's first goal of the season. That's just FM things. I think, are they blaming Shaw for that? That's not Shaw's fault. That was Frommer who was passing it to Shaw. You can't blame Shaw for that. Speaking of Shaw, played last season. Played most of his career in League 2 in England. Now getting a chance in the Bundesliga. How many people can say they've gone from League 2 to Bundesliga? Well, no, Shaw can. What's Shaw's first name? Craig Shaw. Craig Shaw can say that he used to be a League 2 player and now he plays in the Bundesliga for a team that last year won the Europa League and this year in the Champions League. Don't think he's registered to play though, but that doesn't matter. The most important thing is he's playing. Sort of. I think it's like his 3rd game for us. That result brings us to 3rd. Borussia Dortmund and Schalke both have games in hand. They haven't played yet. They play tomorrow. But we are now just 9 points behind Bayern Munich, who have a game in hand. And Wigan have sacked the manager again. Oh, Roberto Martinez is favourite to take over. Oh, Martinez goes back. And just a bunch of scouting things. So we won at the Bay Arena. Stuttgart had 1 shot and scored a goal. Al Salman is out for 2 weeks. That's fine. We have our little mini holiday to go on. So that's fine. Igler's 1 away from 10 league. He's only scored 10 league goals. He scored 9 league goals this year. He scored 10 on the continent, 3 in the Pokal, which we're out of. So, but he has been in exceptional form. superb in front of goal. That is 22 appearances, 22 goals. That man will not be here by the end of January. I am pretty confident of that. So for the next episode, I think we'll come back and take on either Mainz or Frankfurt, depending on when the transfer window closes. I think it'll close before the Mainz game, so probably back from Mainz. So should be interesting. If you did enjoy this video, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below who you are most surprised by not getting into the next round of the Champions League. I think Atletico Madrid is probably the one I was expecting the least. I expected them to finish top 2 in their group. And who do you think is going to win the World Cup based on the groups alone and not knowing anything else about the world of international football? How do you think we're going to do? I'm hoping we can win the whole thing. That would be... I haven't won the World Cup in this in FM21 yet, but this is my first opportunity to do it. So, thank you for watching, fellas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!